Hello there. Thank you for joining me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining me. Please share the video, invite your friends, tell them, then invite those who are not really your friend, right? Invite them, tell them that Maiyegun is live for tonight. We have received a report, another threat, open threat from the terrorists who are holding Nigeria to ransom, especially now the southern Nigeria. So share the video. I mean, it's good to join live, isn't it? Tell them.
Politico.
While they are sending their soldiers down to the eastern Nigeria to hunt every Igbo man and woman that identify as IPOB member, they call them the terrorists. The Nigerian military today came out in a secret memo that they would never believe will come out, plotting and planning what is called a reconciliation between the Nigerian army, military, the Boko Haram, ISWAP, and all these bandits, something so similar to the rehabilitation. Rehabilitation of repentant terrorists. Same thing is about to go pro now.
And yes, we like Glory YouTube. And yes, we like Oh, Baba Bewure. And yes, we like DJ Badiye. And yes, we like President Barufio.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight. You are welcome to Maiyegun's Diary Politico. Again, tonight. I want to use this session, especially my own 1 hour, before I start taking calls. I'm going to take calls tonight, okay? There's something I want to quickly say. You see, that number, scrolling on your screen? That number there is only available whenever Maiyegun is live. I'm so sorry to so many of you who send me personal messages trying to, make a contact and the rest, and you never really receive any response from me, okay? This is a phone I don't actually hold, right? I barely hold after the show. So if you want to share anything with me, please feel free to phone in and make your contribution. Anything outside this, it is not even a 50-50. It is probably 99-1, a chance that you will ever have a chance to speak to me outside here. There are so many reasons for it, okay? But yeah, just to let you know, and don't feel too disappointed that you have been messaging. Why is he not responding? You will never understand, okay? But however, please, let's keep it that way for now. And thank you so much for all the support all across Maiyegun's Diary Political platforms, Diaspora Radio platforms, and so many other platforms associated with Maiyegun. Thank you. You see, let's use this opportunity tonight to revise on why or how did we get to this stage today. That it seems like almost everyone is pretty much not patriotic Nigeria anymore. Here is the situation. Some people were asking me, and I've been reading about that too on different platforms, okay, where people were saying, how come it is, Boko Haram's government will never send their soldiers to go and kill the Oduduwa Republic campaigners, same way they are doing currently in eastern Nigeria, killing the IPOB members, killing every Igbo person they see and suspected to be a member of IPOB, right? Everyone is now being accused of being an IPOB member as you speak. So villages being ransacked, people being kidnapped, youth being massacred by the Nigerian soldiers. And some people said, well, the reason why they are not, probably they have not arrested Sunday Igboho, the reason why they have not started shooting our young people in Yoruba land on the streets for asking for the Oduduwa Republic is simply because the Fulanis, according to some, the Fulanis don't really believe that Yorubas wants to break up. That they believe that Sunday Igboho is probably just being used by Tifnumbu to stir up this kind of, campaigns so as for them to become president. The moment you give the Yorubas the presidency, they will calm down. This is a very, 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 very wrong impression. I don't know what make you or give you that impression, okay? But I'm going to try tonight to let you understand that whatever you have before now, or whatever you think you know about the Yorubas before now, this is the best time for you to begin to learn it anew, because you will be completely wrong to think the reason why they haven't arrested Sunday Igboho is because he's working for the politicians. I will help tonight. But look at it this way. Everyone and every part of southern Nigeria is currently under the threat of the invasion of the Fulani terrorists. Nowhere is spared. Everyday killings, right? As they are killing the Yorubas, they are killing the Igbos as well. As they are killing the Igbos, they are killing the Ijos as well. Now, the latest one, and before now, by the way, right, it was obvious that people could probably work and protect themselves, right, until the Nigerian military became the third most terrorist group, the third terrorist organization terrorizing Nigerians in Nigeria. Until they became that, it was pretty much like, well, if it was just the Fulani terrorists coming, we can get rid of them from our communities. But people now realize that it is now beyond just getting rid of them. Now, getting rid of them, in fact, is a call for war. Therefore, Benue got rid of them. They told them to leave. And they threatened the state. And you know the story. The Yoruba said, listen, you can't occupy a forest illegally first, and then unidentified, unaccounted for, committing crime that we can't trace anywhere, leave this forest. Right? And they brought war to us. They invaded our villages, our communities. They killed and macheted and, killed our people in the middle of the night. All of this were because we said leave. So telling them to leave now is actually the call for war that they have now generalized as the North versus the South. How did we arrive at that? Boko Haram and gang hijacked power, and they consolidated it they fine-tuned it into the exact Nigeria they want, and Afghanistan of Africa, doing exactly what they want to do. Now, it has now become so difficult and even a crime to defend yourselves. So which means we all found ourselves in the same situation. We are all reacting to it differently, the best way we can. In Eastern Nigeria, the governors, they said they wanted to they created the Bubeagu, you know the story, after the creation of ESN, that is giving the invading terrorists the fight of their lives. Propaganda here, propaganda there, to derail them, all simply because they stood up to fight the invading terrorists. Right. The invading terrorists who have camped in different forests and they surrounded different states of every part of southern Nigeria, are the reason why ESN was created. And the propagandas that followed to discredit them today, that has now led to Nigerian third terrorist organization, the military, hunting them down for rejecting the invading terrorists. The same thing happened to us in Yoruba land. Sunday Igboho, after hearing the long trauma, the long, what do you call it? The long terror the people have been living in the Okeogun area of your states, Ibarakwa, Ayet, and those areas. He then moved to sound a note of warning. You have to leave this place. Nobody sold you this land. Who gave you this place? Nobody. You have to leave in the next 7 days. Or when we come back here, it is going to be really, really, really rough. Do you know what happened? They left, and then they brought the war. 4 months after that, 5 months after that, rather, they came back and they massacred innocent people in their sleep in a Gangon, among so many other victims who have fallen since that time. Oja Odo in Ogun State was invaded. Yewa North local government area of Ogun State was ransacked. Many villages destroyed. People sent to they were sent to exile, refugee camp in another country, Benin Republic. All because we said the AK-47 wielding terrorists kidnapping our women, kidnapping our people, destroying our farms, sending our farmers away from their farms, ransacking our villages, burning down our properties, just simply because we said they should leave. That is the call for war. And that's exactly what brought together the southern governors, the politicians that were saddled with the responsibility of keeping all of us safe, no matter what our differences are. Right before our eyes, right before our very eyes, the Boko Haram's government, they turned human rights of free protest, free assemblage to freely express yourselves, the right that is yours, was gradually taken away from you. And we watched them militarized the entire Nigeria. The southern governors came together and they said, no, we have to stop this and protect our people. We know why our people are agitating to break away. They can't get protected. They can't defend themselves. They can't do anything. They are stuck in. They are being told to live with it or die trying to escape from it. Now we can't let this continue, or else Nigeria is going to break up. It's like buying time. That infuriated them. And they told, and since then, they have done everything to undermine those southern governors. As you are watching this video today, the invading Fulani terrorists have advanced more, only for them to now issue a new threat against the governor of Delta States. The whole thing is about to go south. And south, indeed, it will go. You know why? There are people who don't believe that Nigeria has come to that point whereby to save and calm all nerves, it is pretty much better to call for a dialogue. And when you call for a dialogue, it simply means everybody will table their grievances on the table. We will therefore trash everything out and decide, how do we go our separate ways without any bloodshed, without any bloodbath. But you see, the reason why they won't give that is this. If they have to call for that conversation, definitely the Igbos must be equally represented in that conversation. And to be honest with you, what we top the Igbo agenda in such conversation is going to be, listen, for peace sake, let us have a referendum. Let the people decide. Don't decide for them. Don't talk for them because you haven't heard from them. The only way to know those who want to go, those who want to stay, and others is to let the people decide. So that conversation will include the Igbos coming to the table. And according to Bokwari, according to the Fulani Jihadists who have taken over Nigeria, that is going to be a complete haram. And you know what haram means? It is a total sin that they are vowed never to commit. Sit down with the Igbos on the same table, where the Igbos who have better better chance, better presence in Nigeria than these guys. So having that conversation is the reason why they would rather kill people than do this that I'm talking about. What stops people to say, okay, can we talk? Can we please talk? They don't want to talk. They don't want that. They are dishing out order. You know why? Because they have guns. You were supposed to have the power of the thumb. Your thumb, the power of voting, which you don't have. They took it away from you. And you know it. All you have to do is just every 4 years ritual, a ritual of validating the fraud that they put together for you. Just validate it. Just go and say you vote. Did you register to vote? Yes, I registered to vote. Did you have voters? Yeah, I do have voters card. Just go there and vote. Vote for anybody. It doesn't matter. Your vote will count when you know it won't. And you know why? It will never count. But because they have guns, they can ask the military to shoot you and kill you. They can take away your freedom. Nobody will challenge them. You can cry so hard to the rest of the world to please hearken to your suffering, to your marginalization. They won't listen because you haven't really tapped into the real power that you have, which is you. And once you know that all you have is you, and the next person to you, and the next person to him, and the next person to her, and on and on and on like that, like a chain, until you begin to discover the power. That power is what they have been using, the war weapon, poverty weapon, and this violence that they have been unleashing. Now, let's come back together again. Let's come back to it again. Talking, having a conversation. Why is everybody so angry? Why is everybody so fed up? Why can't we listen to ourselves? It's because an agenda of those who want to force us to accept what is so alien to us, and they want us to accept that by fire, by force, and without any question or objection, is the reason why everywhere is in tatters. And there is nothing that can glue it together anymore, because they have killed people that shouldn't be killed. And they are still killing people that shouldn't be killed. You see where the fraud and the deceit really got me angry is this. We saw how, right before our eyes, how the APC, the Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda People's Congress, how they started the process of, a gradual massacring of the Biafrans, simply because they are carrying flags, they are carrying phones, and they are carrying placards, and they are screaming, asking, pleading, begging, and demanding that they should be given the opportunity to decide where they want to go. We saw how they used their military, they used their police, they used all manner of forces to crush them, when indeed a conversation could have saved a lot of lives. And understanding that in a democracy, to start with, right, people will always have different opinions, and those opinions, no matter how legit or how illegitimate you might call it, they are valid in a democracy. But you don't have a democracy because you never really demanded or be instrumental to this democracy. It was handed over to you by the criminals who took it away from you in the first place, and they then dictated how you're going to handle it. So a conversation in the first place would have saved lives. of those they have killed today. I mean, when you would rather become unity beggars than the real unity actors, people who actually act what they preach, people who actually do what they say, not those who disguise simply because they can do it and get away with it. So the division that they have brought is no longer in any way, you can't fix it, okay, for different reasons. They have killed those they shouldn't have killed. And they are not tired of still killing more. They continue to tell us that it is either we accept Ruga, cattle colony, open grazing, or we can deal with the consequences. But you see, Nigeria is structured in a way that the criminals who manage to gain power from at all levels, right? One way or the other, they have sworn, or maybe because of the poverty that they are trying to run away from, because they know about the poverty that they have been managing, as they said, they have been promoting, okay? They don't want to be poor again. Therefore, to leverage on that, they just have to keep their mouth shut for every real solution that could bring an end to all this bloodbath and these killings. What do I mean by that? For example, you have no right as a governor to put together your own security team to protect your people in any time of this kind of external invasion that is now obvious and about to what? To swallow Nigeria, okay? As a governor, he can brag about 100 cars, different security convoy in his convoy that makes him look like he's a powerful or an important person. He is not. He is just holding forth for those who can kill him anytime too. Just same way they kill the people around him. The people that he pretend to have derived his power from as a governor. He has no power. All he has to do is just make mouth, pretend that he has something to do, pretend that he has a solution, pretend that he is actually doing something until the next person is killed. And here we are. It's so bad that as a governor, the military can walk straight into your state and they can start killing people, burning down properties, and you dare not challenge them publicly. You dare not put up a public fight or mobilize the people against such an act. That is why when the military are burning down people's houses in Ebonyi, burning down people's houses in Imo State, burning down people's houses and people's homes in Enugu, burning down people's homes in Abia, burning people's homes are in everywhere, that they suspected that those they suspected to have stood up to fight, either to fight the military who comes to kill them, or stood their ground to fight the terrorists who have been kidnapping and killing them as well, the Fulani terrorists. Every time they do that in every state, no governor really say anything because he dare not. If he did, it will be the next target. Now, Okowa is the next target. Like the Benue state governor. They attempted to kill that one 3 times. They killed people around him. The same people that are supposed to protect him were shot and killed. Yes. Now, here is the twist. Bokwari said he is looking for the Open Grazing Gazette of 1960-something. Right? The same gazette that we have also read that a court injunction, a court order, or a court judgment has nullified that Bokwari has no right on any land that is not given to him or given to federal government by any state in Nigeria. The latest one, I just read about that myself. But guess what? Bokwari is an illiterate mannequin. But those who are working around him are air-bent, jihadists who knows what they are working for. Nobody knows the end goal. No matter what they try to do, which we all know they can't win, but we rather help Nigeria to come to the reality of a fruition, a ripe age of breakup, okay? Now, They are hell bent in taking those land for God knows why, right? Now they have issued a threat that if Okowa, the governor of Delta State, if he fails to reverse the open grazing ban, remember all the southern governors, all of them came together and they banned open grazing in southern Nigeria. But you know what? They just make the statement. They have no power to ban anything. You get what I mean now? They have no power to implement any ban. They are just like the regular politicians, all talk, no action, okay? Now, they ban open grazing, but they don't have army. They don't have any soldier. They don't have any gun to chase the AK-47 wielding criminals that they are banning from open grazing. Another reason why their open grazing is open grazing ban is a farce is because when you look at those cows you see in Lagos, you see in Ekpe, the cows you see in Oyo, the ones you see in Ondo, all the cows you see in Ogun, every cow you see there in Ekiti, and everywhere in Osun, in Yoruba land, mostly also in Igbo land, some of those cows are owned by politicians who are also the Yorubas, the Igbos themselves. But because these are bunch of rogue and criminals who want to cry with you, because what they think about is the next election, not the next generation, that you're going to get killed and they keep quiet is deliberate. Most of the cows, they are not moved from Niger. They didn't bring those cows. Those guys didn't trek from Niger. They didn't trek from Mali. They didn't trek from Sudan. Majority of them who are with cows, because you have different terrorists too, okay? There are those with cows. There are those with just guns. Their own job is that once they target communities, once they come for you, they raid your community, kill everybody, send everybody away. Those who run away, then they will occupy the community. So when you go back there, you start seeing strange faces, French-speaking Fulani terrorists in your different localities. No joke, But you see those cows you see, they didn't bring them from Niger by foot. They didn't bring them from Kano. They didn't bring them from Sokoto. Majority of them are bought by your politicians who are also condemning Fulani terrorists. That is why some of them are telling you to be careful. That is why they are changing the narrative from us, asking the Fulani terrorists in our forest who are committing this kidnapping, who are committing this arson and the attacks to leave the forest or be flushed out. That is why some of the Yoruba politicians, that is why some of the Igbo politicians, that is why some of the Ijaw politicians, Yoruba politicians, and some of your politicians from the southern Nigeria, that is why they are telling you or changing it to, if you ask Fulani to leave, you are asking for war, as if to say you are asking the Fulanis living in your city, who rented homes in your different streets, who live among you, those you know, as if to say those are the ones you are asking to leave. They know you are asking the terrorists in the forest to leave, but when you say they should leave, you are going to ask those who are helping them to add their cows, to graze their cows on your farms and do all manner of crimes on your farms, because they are protected by them. Most of them are not protected from Abuja. They are protected by the politicians that speak your language, the same one that is asking that Buhari should do something. Buhari should do something. That's the hypocrisy. I don't know if that helps you. That is the hypocrisy. That's what makes it complicated. Okay? But let us separate the shaft from the, what do you call it? When would they separate the fact from the fiction as well, okay? When would they separate the fallacy from conspiracy, as well as from the facts? Those who are moving cows, attacking farms, grazing on people's farms, attacking the farmers who try to fight back and kill them in most cases. And then when the villagers come back for them, then those ones who are armed, those ones hiding in the forest, those ones who always double cross and ambush you when you are traveling, those ones who always kidnap passengers, that is when those ones will come in. Those are the people who would then organize a carnage. You will fight with a Fulani herdsman in the afternoon. And in the next 48 hours, they will take all of their families away from that community. They will move them to a very, very far away community, still within Yoruba land, still within Biafra land. They will move them to somewhere far, and they will come back to attack. The only people who have genuinely been standing up against these people in Yoruba land are the Agbekoyas and so many other security forces who have now come up lately to defend Yoruba land. There is no police, there is no military, there is no Amotekun, there is no nothing that can indeed say, yes, they are fighting back. Genuinely now, I'm not discrediting those of you who put on uniforms and giving information to help those who are putting up the fight. But in the eastern Nigeria, we have the ESN who are permanently domiciled in the forest. But when you look at what they are doing to them in the eastern Nigeria today, the Nigerian military are not going into the forest. They are not going into the forest to fight the ESN. Look at the news. Read it out there. They are going into into people's homes. They are picking up young people on the street. They are firing straight shots, straight bullets into the street, into the corners of houses. People are being shot in their homes. They are setting people's homes ablaze. ESN don't live in towns. They don't live in the houses. But again, they are also working with those they could tip, those they could intimidate, threaten to give information on those they know as members of ESN. And in that, they have also been able to track few of them, which they have assassinated. No fight, no nothing. They did not engage them in any combat battle. So as we speak today, the ESN is now like, torn in between defending Igbo land and defending their lives themselves. They dedicated their lives to defend their people. They are not asking to take over Sokoto. They are not asking to take over Kaduna. They are not asking to take over Ondo State. They are not interested in Lagos State. They are not interested in anywhere. They just want to protect their people. So that the economic war waged by these jihadists, some of you may not understand. They have tried to make you believe that talking about this is asking for war. But ask yourself, in which country have you been reading where 200 people are killed in a day, 400 people are killed in 2 days, and on and on and on like that in the last 1 week alone? Can you point at one and tell me and say such country are at peace? You are at war. And here we are. ESN, IPOB, they haven't threatened the state governors. They haven't threatened any constituted authority in anywhere. All they have been after is that defend Biafra, defend Igbo land. How is that a crime? And the same Nigeria is now paying terrorists because they repented. The same terrorists are now sending threat message. Remember when Miyetti the notorious Miyetti was everywhere, intimidating, threatening everybody with war, with destruction. Now, 6 years after that, Miyetti we have been able to tongue-lash and expose Miyetti and all their actors to the point that they have gone on the ground now. But look at it this way. We are still receiving threats from terrorists who are sharing flyers. They are actually sharing flyers in eastern Nigeria, telling them they are coming. They just shared one in Delta, and the Okasala is about to burst. Referendum is what people ask for. That is not a call for war. So they gave the governor of Delta State 72 hours to reverse the ban, or they will begin the attack on Delta State. If no be say Buhari is the agent that came to divide Nigeria, that some of you still don't understand yet. Look at it this way. Is Buhari not mad? People are being killed, kidnapped in Zamfara, in Sokoto, in Kebbi, in Adamawa, in Yobe, Borno, and all these places. People are being made homeless. The terrorists doing this, no single one of them has been arrested, prosecuted, or given any public trial, or convicted for any of this crime. But we have seen the photos of repentant terrorists Some of them who later went back to this terrorism, and they have now graduated into other terrorism beyond the border that they terrorized for nearly 10 years. Now they are crossing the border. They won't be arrested. They won't be shot at. But here we are. Bokwari attacking the... This is where I think it's mad. And some of these Fulani jihadists, they are not thinking straight. We don't care if they are thinking straight or not. They are doing the Lord's work. They will break up Nigeria. And they will do it all by themselves. And this is why Southern Nigeria has been the region sustaining the rest of the Northern Nigeria. Some of them don't like hearing this. They hate it because it is so hard and tough for them to admit and accept that none of them will survive. Not just them, so many other Southern states won't survive if you stop giving them the stipend, the Bambi Allah monthly stipend they give to them called federal allocation. Why they loot and take everything from you? You go there every month to collect what? The Bambi Allah federal allocation that can barely pay the salaries of the overbloated civil service in different states, right? Some of them won't accept. Hey, the Northern Nigeria can stop feeding. We can stop our onions. We can stop bringing the cows. We can stop bringing tomato. All this manner of self-delusion, self-aggrandizement that doesn't really help them, not to talk of help anybody else, okay? If you cut off the Southern Nigeria and the money they make from there, yeah, they will go broke within days. They will not have money to fund terrorism. They will not have money to send people. Instead of sending people to school, they will be sending them to where? To different pilgrimages, to go and pray to a God that will help them defeat terrorism. Why they quickly ferry money into the hands of terrorists in the name of amnesty and all of that. Cut off that Southern Nigeria and they will go broke. Riot will break out in every part of Northern Nigeria. Their emirs will run. All of their politicians will never go back there again. Some of them will have to relocate to the Southern Nigeria. So if Buhari is not mad, if he's not mad, they unleashed economic jihad on Southern Nigeria. They shut down our borders for no reason. No actual reason, no improvement, no nothing other than just to kill the economy of Southern Nigeria. They did that. They unleashed violent jihadists with AK-47 on our people, whereby our people can no longer go to farms. Those who are still going to farm, they are waiting for a day that they will no longer be able to. They are sending them to their early graves. Communities that grow food for us in Yoruba land are being ransacked, are being killed. Some of you are not feeling it yet, you think, right? But look at the food inflation. They said, grow your food, grow your food. Where would you grow the food when all the land are now about to be given to the invading terrorists, either by peace or in pieces? Because they are taking them by force anyway, and they are hiding them away from you. So, economic jihad on us, all right? So, if it is not deliberate, now they are going for the people in Delta, the people in Niger Delta. You see, the people in Niger Delta said, the reason why they don't want to, some of them, or not all of them, because let us be very, very clear. We have so many people from Niger Delta who knows what the old Biafra was all about. And all the grievances, all the differences that they had, they believe that they can work that out. That's why you can all ask for the referendum. Ask for referendum. So if Buhari is not mad, if these jihadist criminals are not mad, they are now going for the Ijaw Urobos and the people that give them the crude oil, if it is not madness. So now they are threatening in a Delta governor. Now, so the Avengers heard the news. So our brothers and sisters from Niger Delta, they're like, sure, una the craze, like, are you mad? You are giving a Delta governor, you are giving Niger Delta governor ultimatum. Now mental waiting. Now if he doesn't unban, waiting you want grace for in Delta. Now, meanwhile, they've taken over Bayelsa already. The Bayelsa governor, just a few days ago, announced that they've arrested some cows who violated open grazing. Guess what? it is all for media prop, okay? They won't do anything. They will release their cows, tell them that, see, you know, be careful, okay? People are not happy that they see cows everywhere, all right? So now, does that then mean that Miyetiala, these guys that as the Fulani Jihadist, they are going to go after the people of Delta? So now, so the Avengers said, they said they are going to bomb Delta. They are going to show the governor of Delta State that he's too small. That's how they talk anyway, you know, bunch of cowards, okay? That's how they talk. They said he is too small to stop them in Delta State. They have been committing so many crimes there, attacking people. You know what I mean? Like a lot. Everybody is feeling the brunt. Now, they said Okowa is a very small thing for him to openly, to openly say he's banning grazing. Remember, southern governors came together and banned open grazing. The northern governor said, that's rubbish. You cannot just ban open grazing. Open grazing is the right of every Fulani alive from wherever he's coming from. So the Niger Delta said, listen, if you like, come and carry out your attack. We will count every person you kill from now on. And we will begin to kill 10 Fulani we see, to cover for every Delta man or woman you kill. Now Ibe say it is just a matter of time. I told you before December, what they actually wanted is to plunge Nigeria into a civil war. Okay, so civil war whereby it will be kind of impossible to do any election. Okay, then they will say Boko Haram should come out. And from the beginning, the military in Nigeria, they have pledged their allegiance to Boko Haram, not to Nigeria. Their allegiance is to protect the regime of Boko Haram. That is why any protest is considered as an insurrection and therefore must be crushed. If people have to be killed, kill them. Nobody will ask you. In fact, you will be rewarded as a soldier if you can kill anybody who try to question Boko Haram. So that's their allegiance. So the journey towards civil war, the journey towards complete, breakdown of law and order all over the place is just what they have started this second quarter. Do you know what a second quarter means? I mean, the end of the second quarter and beginning of the third quarter. This is the third quarter of 2021. The third quarter. By the end of this year, trust me, you will hear that some faction of this and that are now controlling all of the oil reserves in Niger Delta. And then in Yoruba land, the military can no longer go to this state. They can no longer go to that place because what they want to do is that Boko Haram will come out and announce a martial law. Okay? Because if not, be said they are mad. If not because they are completely rogue, now they are going to attack the Delta. Not because they can carry it out that way, because they are really coward. This is what will happen. They are going to attempt to attack on some communities because they are daring. Don't think they won't do it, or they will do it. They will dare you. But they won't do it like brave people. Like they make mouth. Like come during the day. For example, any community you want to attack, like Boko Haram will always do in northern Nigeria. Let the Fulani Jihadist, let them come during the day with all their guns and all, everybody, let them bring all the army and attack a village and see if all of them will go back alive. This is not mouth now. I'm not saying they won't kill people, okay? But if these guys that they are telling us to either cooperate with or we just get killed, if they are not coward, they should come out during the day. These criminals and those who are sponsoring them should tell them to come out during the day, right? And attack people during the day and see if they will all go back complete. So they will do it. They are going to attack Delta State. They will attack any vulnerable, exposed community that they know that is a bit cut off from the outside world. And they won't do it during the day. They will do it during the night because they are cowards. They can't really fight. So what they will do then is this. When they attack overnight, They will bring out their army. They will set houses ablaze. So when you are sleeping, you will just see smoke. And during your sleep, you don't even know where you are. You just see smoke everywhere. Some people will make it. Some will run out in that confusion. You know what I mean? That's how they keep people. People will run out. And as you are running out, they are waiting for you. They will start shooting. When they shoot you and you are down, they will start macheting, brutalizing you. So that the following morning, when the light comes, people can see the damages. The media, everybody will see it. They will say, God, what is all this? Buhari, come and help us. Buhari, Nigerian military, Nigerian this. Some of you will become angry. Very angry. They killed 40 people. Oh, they killed 30. Some people will escape. Oh, they killed 20 people. They kill 60 people. Say, which they will kill women, children, vulnerable people. They do that every night. They don't fight during the day. Have you ever seen any of them, the Fulani Jihadist, attack anywhere during the day? They don't. Because they are cowards. And when they finish, they will run back into the forest. And since the military, Nigerian government, they know about it, the military will then move in. They will send soldiers. You will begin to see many, many soldiers. You begin to see many, many police. Everybody will start moving. Hey, the governor, the politicians, doing all the drama, all that stuff. What they are trying to do is to stop you from fighting back, or stop you from figuring out how to stop this. Okay? Their military is just to tell you that don't do anything stupid. The government is going to do something. Can't you see? The governor is here. The minister of defense is here. This is the clinic. What is wrong with all of you? This is the police IG. And all of that. Just to calm you down. And at the same time, to intimidate you from acting. But they're going to get what they are going to. They don't price. They will pay. They are not going to win. This is it. When somebody said, Maiyegun, have you not seen that they are not taking the Yorubas serious for Oduduwa Republic because they are not arresting the Yorubas? They are not attacking the Yorubas. You are going to be completely so wrong to think that way. And I'll tell you, like I said, I'll tell you why it is looking so. They are still going to attack us. They are still going to shoot our boys. They are still going to shoot our people on the street. They are still going to randomly arrest people. They are still going to burn down our properties. They are still going to attack our villages. They are still going to do what they are doing to you now. Don't be in a rush. And I'll give you instances. And why they haven't started. And why we can stop them from doing it. And how rather we can stop them from doing it. Let's start from why have they not arrested Sunday Igboho? There are many reasons. You can have your own reason and all of that, but I will try to make sense out of this. And I hope it makes sense to you. Number one, Nigeria under Buhari is still pretty much thinking they have control simply because the Yorubas generally haven't publicly come out to condemn the killings of Igbos, the ongoing massacring of the Igbos in the name of IPOB, that the Yorubas haven't really come out strongly yet to tell the Buhari's government that indeed enough. But nevertheless, there are factors that made that be. Number one, do not deceive yourself, okay? That the elites in Yoruba land, they want Oduduwa Republic. Do not ever deceive yourself. And that is why they are criminally silent now. All of them, okay? Nigeria works for them to some extent, all right? And therefore, they have not really felt threatened by what they have. And they don't see any reason why Nigeria should break up. That is one. The political class in Yoruba land, they are in bed with the current arrangement. Because according to them, it is chop, I chop, Nigeria Limited. Turn by turn, Nigeria Limited. Once you finish your turn, it is my turn. It can't be my own turn. And we'll be talking about breaking up. It will not work. That too is a factor, making it kind of the third, and that second factor will lead to the third factor. Sunday Igboho, Oloye Sunday Igboho, as you all know, was a very prominent and active member of those who have protected, of the people who have protected the political class for a very long time. He's been a personal protector to the former governor of Oyo State. He's been to many of their gathering. Okay? And we can say, he became prominent more when he stood for his own people in during the Modakeke Ife War. However, being a product of that system himself, he knows them, they know him, and to Boko Haram, maybe they can still talk to him, which you can't rule out. That is ongoing. They did it with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When suddenly Boko Haram took a turn and decided to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other IPOB leaders that were wrongfully kidnapped and detained by Boko Haram, when he made a U-turn and decided to then listen and allow the court to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go, it was a window he wanted to use to see if the elite, the political class from Biafra land, can be able to convince Nnamdi Kanu to see reason with them that they are better off being part of Nigeria than Biafra. Then he will give them that window to make that happen. Okay? And maybe Nnamdi Kanu will just fizzle out. And everybody will just not hear about him again. So it was a window. A very tight window that Boko Haram and co. And in fact, it was actually facilitated by Abba Kyari then, thinking they could. And that same thing they are doing with Sunday Igboho now. When they burned down Sunday Igboho's house, it was a sign to tell him that you cannot continue to grandstand. Are you with me? The political class in Oyo State, where Sunday Igboho comes from, organized the burning down of his house. And the people who burned down his house, how they escaped from that scene, they organized that to tell him, listen, you need to listen. All this gra you are doing, it's not going to work for us. You are putting our political future in danger. We're supposed to be working towards 2023. You cannot be talking about the Dual Republic. The same thing they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But instead of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to listen to them, when they called the meeting and they asked him, you know what, Mazi, you see, we know what you are fighting for. We understand the whole thing. We know we are working as well. But we want you to just slow down, just we will do it later. And Nnamdi Kanu, knowing them, was like, sorry, guys, this is an opportunity for all of you. You are all governors, by providence, by chance. Can't you just use the power now, and take us out of this mess? You know the mess. You know your limitation. All of you are lamenting. You are telling me about how you are powerless, how you cannot do anything. You are all complaining about this Fulani Jihadist secretly. Let's do it. Let's use this chance. No. You see, it's our turn. In 2023, for example, it's our turn. We will have our own and all of that. And since they couldn't convince him, they reported back to Boko Haram. See, Baba, we couldn't really get him to change his mind. Maybe we'll just let you do what you have to do. the door is opened now. Whatever you want to do, sir. Just make sure that your boys, they don't attack us. They protect the government house. They make sure that we are, we'll send the military down. First, we'll kill him. Then we'll kill everybody supporting him. So instead of Nnamdi Kanu to slow down, the whole thing it became so escalated. You know the story. You know all the video. You know all the rallies. You know all the appearances. You know all the speeches. Right? Now let's back to why are they not doing the same thing to the Yorubas? This is why. They are giving the political class in Yoruba land to do everything and control this. They are doing everything now to make sure that whenever they call out that people should stand up and fight Boko Haram's government, they will use the media, they will use everything in Yoruba land to change the narrative. They will cover the story. They will report the attack. They will never tell the stories of those who have become refugees in another country. They will never share all of that. All of this is to control what people think, so that to control how people react. And that is why you see those who are championing the social media ban, Yoruba, a communication or information minister, Laya Muhammad, a Yoruba man who is championing how to cut down and reduce the means of freedom of speech. They do all of that simply because they are still able to control. They believe they can do that. They can control what people say, what people think, and stop it. But guess what? It has already gone beyond their control. And they are about to find out. And when they finally found out, you see all of them, pretenders, governors, senators from the from the southern Nigeria, especially from Yoruba land, you will see them. Sunday Igboho will engage them until they will try to send him into exile. Some of you said, you see, Sunday Igboho is still everywhere. You are just not being fair. And let us be realistic. You are not being fair, okay? This is somebody that he wasn't asking you. It wasn't asking to be your leader or your whatever in anything, okay? His people were attacked and killed, right? In the place that has now become so much the focal point of the attack in Yoruba land today, in Oyo State, he rose up, he defended his people, and he said, Yorubas should rise up. It is worse than what you are saying. It's going to be worse than this. If we don't stand up, right, we are all going to be consumed. Our governors are pretending. We are all going to be consumed. And all of the facts that we have supported that claim. He lost his property. He didn't lose his property because he wants to be the Yoruba leader. He didn't ask people to come and burn down his house simply because he wanted Yoruba to break up. But they are choosing that narrative for you today. So the same thing is going to happen. That you are like, why is this still walking about? A freedom fighter should never, will either be in prison or he will be in exile. All these narratives are pretty much things that make you feel so stupid to me. Some of you who actually believe that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not choose to leave Nigeria. He returned to Nigeria. The government picked him up. The government wanted to kill him. He left Nigeria for his own safety and for the safety of the cause, right? He didn't choose that, okay? And that they haven't sent Sunday Igboho away yet. And they haven't begun to send so many people away yet. Shouldn't put claim or credence to your belief that whatever we are doing right now in Yoruba land is just for politics. It is just to pretend. It is just this and that. You are being unfair to those who have actually been facing the fire, even though they have been underreported on many occasions. They are being sabotaged. Even those who went to, to pick on Wakili, Iskil Wakili. You remember him? The notorious, one of the kingpin, then they called him. People went there. And they picked him up. The notorious man they call notorious was arrested and picked up without any shot fired. But yeah, you can blame them. They handed him over to the police. And today, the people who arrested him, they are still in prison since February or March that happened. Of course, you can blame them for that, but you cannot blame them or call them a coward for standing up and doing what they are doing. simply because maybe they are not being well reported or well covered. Buhari's government is going to send not just a Sunday Igboho to exile if you let him do it. It's going to send many of those, those freeloaders, those scroungers who are pretending to be Yoruba leaders here, Yoruba religious leaders there. Many of them are going to live the rest of their lives in exile with what Buhari has already planned there for them. For every action, there will always be consequences. How can you not see that? So for those we have today, we have to protect them. We have to stand by them. Just same way the Avengers are coming up today. The Avengers are saying, listen, if they are not going to let us protect ourselves, the northern Nigeria, we should possibly, in my own opinion, should be using those young people who have become, who have seen this violence for too long. They should be recruiting them, training them on how to defend the northern Nigeria with the support of the military. But that's not what you have. And that's the shame. And you think that's just going to be wished away? And today, you have a country whereby the president of the country is hell-bent in erasing and wiping off a dot. He called 60 million people a dot in a circle. So, which simply means defending yourself is a crime. Asking to defend yourself is a crime. And that itself is actually a crime against humanity for anyone to take that away from you. So if Buhari is not mad, what they are doing in Delta will escalate. It will escalate beyond what they can handle. And once they begin to bomb all the pipeline and all of that, and people begin to declare their own republics, then they will know that it's beyond what they can handle. And at the end of the day, you see those they don't want to sit down together with, the infidel they don't want to sit together with, they won't even be on the table when the conversation is going to be had on how to break up Nigeria. They won't be there. And I'm saying this to you if you are from any part of the north, okay? Breaking up of Nigeria is not war, okay? People have insulted themselves. You should be honest to you. You should try and be honest with yourself. So, I mean, to some extent, you know the division. You know the violent state of mind of everyone. You know why. Why should you be begging for unity? Why should you not be working for unity? The best unity you can have now is to begin the conversation of peacefully breaking up of Nigeria. But if that breaks your heart, if that gets you so riled up, how come the terrorist and the terrorism is not getting you worked up? Same way you are working yourself up in defending a contraption that is going to kill you at the end of the day anyway. They are threatening the Okowa. And it is such a great time to be alive, to see that. This is June. We have another 5 months or thereabout to the end of the year. Don't be don't get caught unaware, because you see what Buhari is buying, what they are pricing, they will begin to pay soon. But as you might not probably know, the intention is exactly as it is going right now. Put the whole country in chaos, put the entire place in disarray, and at the end of the day, declare martial law. We don't need the National Assembly. You don't need all these governors. We can put the military on every state, and that is exactly what I'm waiting for. Let them do that, and then we can go to the next stage that some of you are so afraid of. The next stage, the revolution that will eventually lead to complete balkanization, complete breakup of Nigeria. Be prepared for it. I've spent my own 1 hour. And this time, I don't want to use yours, okay? I'll open the line now to everyone who wants to phone in. Buhari Dins, Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Idiots, the keyboard tigers. Stop wasting your time. Grab the phone, okay? Type the number in. If you have the liver, call in and talk to me. Talk to me face to face. Tell me about how you are so angry with what I have said so far. Apart from that, my friends who wants to add their voices, because we have gotten to that stage now. The collaboration they said will probably not happen, right? We'll make that happen. And we are asking the governors, some of these southern governors, they should know this. If you have any chance now, the best chance you have is to begin to use that security vote you are getting. Begin to use them judiciously. AK-47 is 500,000 naira. according to what I heard. If the Fulani jihadists and terrorists can have it, you should be able to get that in thousands, in hundreds of thousands of that for everyone who is ready to stand up and chase these criminals out of the forest. And when I say buy the gun, I'm not saying give the guns to your, like you do give the guns to your political urchins, the political criminals, okay? I'm saying that be bold enough, okay, to arm those security forces you said you are putting together, okay? Call in for a dialogue now between the ESN, the IPOB leadership. Talk to them now. They have the ready-made volunteers who are ready to defend the land. Call them now and train them if you, well, can I say train them? Collaborate with them and please build an army that is fortified enough. We don't want army that are waving red flag. We don't want, waving red cloth. We don't want people who are going to say we have Odesha and all of that. Kit them up. Give them real fortified armored vest. You know what I'm talking about? You can phone in and your call will come through now, okay? Thank you very much.